Tameka Washington is the talented and versatile personality behind In the Words Consulting, a service geared toward helping editors, publishers, and other professionals communicate their ideas in the most appropriate and effective editorial format. And her work ranges from entertainment and business to health and education. She even worked with President Obama when he was Illinois State Senator. And Tameka's originally from Peoria. She is back this evening to share with us some of her professional tips. Welcome back home.
Thank you very much.
A lot of what you do is helping people communicate better when it comes to texting and emailing, which is really the dominant form of communication now for an awful lot of us. Do we find that, or do you find that we don't use it as effectively as we should?
Absolutely. I mean, I think you've probably even, had this experience in business where, we're shooting off emails or texts and we're shortening the phrasing, we're making our own abbreviations. We can't tell what the tone is. We're not sitting here face to face like you and I are, talking, you can't see the facial expressions. And a lot of communication gets mixed up, you don't understand, if they really meant it this way or if they really meant it that way. So there's some basic etiquette of communication.
Let's look at doing it specifically at both texting and emailing, starting with emailing, which is longer form. It's more like a letter. It's more like the way that a lot of us older people are used to communicating, but somehow it's still different. How can we do it better?
Well, one thing we can do, the way we can do it better is to, use a professional email address. This is for anyone, you don't want, to send a professional email to someone and it says, from Sexy71, at Yahoo or something like that. So keep that in mind. Always, send a meaningful subject line. That helps with organization. If someone wants to refer back to the email for any purpose, you want to know exactly what it's about. Attaching things to emails, if you can avoid it, avoid it. Another thing, always spell words out, be clear. Mr. and Mrs. might help, don't get the informal and formal greetings mixed up.
Now, a lot of people now are using texting the way they're using email. If I do some of the things that you just talked about on there, I wind up with carpal tunnel syndrome because of it. So I have to find a way to use texting and the limitations of it and still be clear. So that has to have a few things that are different from emailing.
Yes, like email is like letter writing. Texting is almost, the opposite. Because with texting, you want to keep it short and sweet. Another thing, again, be very clear as possible, just like you would in an email or a phone conversation. If it's something that's going to be long, make that phone call, or send it in an email.
And if you'd like to get more tips, you can visit Tameka's website, inthewordsconsulting.com.